Welcome to Drum and Drummer, a podcast where we have a good old chin wag about drums, drumming, and drummers, and we'll hopefully be joined with some guests along the way. I'm George Pickering, and that's Ben Winty. And for those that don't know, we are both drummers in this business we call music. However, we also have other strings to our bow, such as Ben is a producer, mixer, masterer, and everything in between at his studio, the Old Blacksmiths in Portsmouth. And I run Drum Coach Online, an online platform where you can learn drums from your very home. Now, let's not waste any more time as we delve into discussions about drums on this first day of the new year.
Happy New Year! It's 2022, which is mental.
It is mental.
Yeah.
I tell you what's mental. I'm 27 now, and some guy I work with, I work at a pub part-time, he showed me his ID. He was like, oh, I've had a fake ID made to show that I'm 18. And it was like 2003 or something like that. And I was like, that's mad, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? People born after 2000 are now in their 20s.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm in my 20s, but...
I mean, the marker for me is born before or after Jurassic Park came out.
When did Jurassic Park come out?
1993. Oh, don't you know?
Yeah.
And you were born
94.
See,
December.
Yeah,
94.
That's mental. I went to see Jurassic Park at the cinema. 8 years old.
Yeah,
I got scared by the big T-Rex when he ate the lawyer off the toilet. But Papa Winty was there to comfort.
That's good.
Comfort me. We're getting older. People are younger. Mental.
We are.
I mean, it's been over 20 years, just over 20 years since I left school. I left school in 2001. Yeah. Here's something mental. So I did a recording session a while ago, and we were talking about Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
And we worked out that Jurassic Park, the release of Jurassic Park in the cinema, was closer to the moon landing than to present day.
Wow.
Which blows my mind.
Yeah, that is weird.
Yeah. But here we are in a brand new year.
That's blown my mind.
Yes.
It has, yeah. So that's why I know it's bad to have dead air, or whatever it's called on podcasts and radio, but that is weird. That is weird.
Yeah.
It's like Arctic Monkeys to me.
There's only 24 years between the moon landing and Jurassic Park coming out.
Really?
69, 93.
Oh, yeah. It's because you think of it as the 60s, you know? You think the 60s seems like this
happened before I was born, so it doesn't fucking matter.
But it seems like such a long time ago, the 60s, but you think like it was, but the Rolling Stones are still going, you know? But to me, it feels like another world, you know, the Beatles, the Stones, the moon landing. But, you know.
Yeah. Well, to me, the 60s is like 40 years ago.
Yeah.
The 70s was 30 years ago.
Yeah.
Like the 70s was 50 years ago now.
Yeah, it's weird, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, I was going to say, Arctic Monkeys, band I'll mention a lot, they still feel to me like, not new, but like...
current.
Yeah. But if you look back, they released I Bet You Look Good on the Dance Floor in 2005.
That's mental as well.
17 years ago, which just seems, it doesn't seem like it was that long ago. But yeah, getting old. At some point, we'll both be in our 30s, you and I, for 6 months.
There's a little period where I'll be 39 and you'll be 30.
Yeah.
You know,
and
both in our 30s, born in the 30s. Yeah.
Worth mentioning, we're both big Office fans, and there is a scene where Martin Freeman and Ricky Gervais are both in their 30s, and I will say that to you every day.
We will
in your 39.
Egg that in that little 6-month period.
Yeah.
we will hammer down on that quote.
Oh, every day.
Period.
I'll just text you every morning. Both.
And then I'll hit 40, and that will be.
I know.
Sobering.
That'll be it, and we can never do the joke again.
Yeah. Anyway, did you do a New Year's Eve gig? Because often us musicians are out there providing the entertainment for New Year's Eve parties up and down this fair isle. Did you do a New Year's Eve gig?
I didn't, sadly, which is a shame because, as we know, New Year's Eve gigs are, let's face it, an amazing cash cow. I don't know if that's the right phrase, but
good payer.
Good payer. You charge more, you know. It's you can, you know. But no, I was at work at the pub, which is a shame. I had a few inquiries, as did you, I know.
Oh, the classic inquiry, and then nothing happening.
Nothing happened.
Not necessarily.
Did you have a gig?
No. It tends to be hit and miss whether I gig New Year's Eve. I'm more than happy to gig on New Year's Eve and take a sweet dollar into the new year. But I know some people are very much like, no, I'm never gigging on New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
What? Why?
Yeah.
For me, it's like, you're an idiot.
Yeah.
Go and earn that sweet double pay, boy.
Yeah.
What else are you going to do? I'm going to stay in with my family. Think of what you can do with the money.
Yeah. See them next week. See them the next day.
See them the next day when literally nothing's happening. I'm happy to gig New Year's Eve, but nothing came in. And quiet December, obviously, with the old Omicron.
COVID. Yeah. It's a weird time because we don't know what's going to happen. Is there another lockdown looming?
In general, New Year's Eve, I couldn't give a flying fuck.
Well, do you know what? Another thing about New Year's Eve, I know everyone says it, and it's the overused thing to talk about, but it's never as fun. There's too much expectation. I know everyone says that, but it's true. You know, everywhere is just
everyone says that, yet still goes and tries to have fun.
Have
you learned nothing?
Oh, if only we knew. Yeah.
Oh, I'll be different this year. Nah, that won't.
No. So yeah, not our best New Year's. Do you have a favorite New Year's? Have you ever had a good New Year's?
I don't think so.
No, I can't.
I think they've all been. I think they're just all average or below.
Yeah, and but I think it is fine. The expectation. Yeah.
I'll do the gig, but I don't really care. And I think just January in general is not an enjoyable month.
No.
You know, very, very rare to do a January gig. You know, in the wedding function scene that we are in. Weather's shit. And tax bills due. So it's just a hybrid.
Christmas is over.
Christmas is over. I ain't having cheese in blankets for another year.
No.
Nothing. There's nothing going on.
The cream egg is back.
Well, that's a very special day.
Yeah.
In everyone's calendar.
January to April, the cream egg.
Yeah. Sort of should be in the default iPhone calendar along with Battle of the Boyne. For some reason, everyone's got in their fucking calendar. I don't know, but thankfully I did find a way you could switch those off. You're like, oh, have I got something on this day? Have I got a gig? Yeah. No, it's the Battle of the Boyne. And I'm not downgrading the Battle of the Boyne.
Who is Boyne?
I don't know. We had an RE teacher at school called Mrs. Boyle. But so I always just link it with her for some reason.
Did she have a good singing voice?
No.
And then try out on the X Factor?
No, it wasn't.
First name Susan?
Wasn't.
It wasn't Susan.
Wasn't Susan. No.
That's a shame. What are we talking about today?
I mean, we were discussing hardware, and we've been for a lot of things.
We were.
And we're going to go a little bit niche. And I think the fans will like this. I'd like to talk about the humble kick drum pedal.
Let's delve deep into the hardware.
Delve deep down into specifics.
Get your shovel.
Yeah. Get ready for hot chat. The kick drum pedal, George. It's an essential part of the drum kit.
It is. And let me tell you a quick story as to why it's probably my not favorite part, but I had a rehearsal the other day for a band. Turned up to their like rehearsal studio, whatever, who cares? They had a kick pedal on the kit that I was using, and I was like, I'll try it out, I'll give it a go. And it felt so just, there was nothing to it. Like I felt, for a start, drummers will understand this, I felt like I was really like stamping on it, really hammering down, and there was
getting nothing back.
Yeah. And I went to the car because my kick pedal was in there. I was like, I'll just get mine, and instantly it was like, oh, so much better. And it's weird because it's that thing of suddenly you get more attack, but also it feels lighter as well. It's that thing of, I'll say I've got a DW9000, which is my favorite thing ever, favorite kick pedal ever. Personal.
Have you tried the other 8,999?
Well, do you know what? This is what is interesting though, because I was talking about this the other day. There is a pedal
Sorry,
out there.
who are you talking about drums with, other than me?
There wasn't even a drummer. I was just boring someone else. This is why we have to do the podcast, because I was just telling a bass guitarist about another kick. So there's this kick pedal. I think it's called the Perfect Balance kick pedal. I can't remember. Basically, it's meant to be like the perfect kick drum pedal. But I tried it, and it just, I think it's Jojo Mayer. And I think scientifically and everything, it is perfect. It's I don't know why, but I tried it and it just didn't feel right. You know what I mean?
And Sona. It's made by Sona.
Yeah, I feel like it's related to Jojo Mayer. I can't remember why.
Sona Jojo Mayer single pedal.
That's it. But basically that's
not that. Well, yeah. Let's have a look.
But that's apparently like the best one. But then it just goes to show that
looks odd because it's only got a bar on half the side.
Yeah,
the frame. Yeah. Have you tried one?
I tried one and it didn't feel, I mean, I only tried it a little bit. I'm sure if I had it and just kept playing it and got used to it, then it would become,
Well, I think that's a key thing, isn't it? It's like you have to get used to something, don't you? And changing kick pedal is quite a big thing because you're so reliant on that muscle memory and that the the speed and the kickback from that kick pedal, and that even the resistance of the imperfections.
That
that that symbiotic relationship with your kick pedal, you build that trust. It's kind of like Owen Grady in Jurassic World building that relationship with Blue, one of the raptors.
Yeah. There's a theme to this episode, and it's Jurassic Park. And
and I just add to that, in 2 days' time, I am getting a new tattoo. Which is the opposite of my band's single "Old Tattoo," which is available to stream on Spotify and all good other streaming platforms. This is a new tattoo. That's "Old Tattoo" by the Dentact. This is a new tattoo, and it's Jurassic Park themed. And it will go with my Jurassic Park shoes and my Jurassic Park cagoule. But it's building that. He has that relationship because the raptor's dangerous, but he's built that thing, and you don't want to throw that off.
No.
And suddenly changing that is tricky. Felt beaters can fuck off. Straight off the bat. Plastic, please. I'm pretty sure my beaters can turn round. I can't remember off the top of my head.
Sure,
it's felt. I think it's felt one side and plastic the other.
What? So you play with the plastic bit hitting the skin, or do you play the? Do you? I thought you only did that for like recording. Really? I saw you. Well, I mean, I agree with you. Don't want it felt like a felt beater, as in like you get a cheap kick pedal, but no, I go felt, but it's hard felt, isn't it? It's
well, there's a difference in it. Yeah, you get those like cheaper ones where it's just like a big round thing of felt.
Yeah,
and that you get no power.
No,
whereas me and you are all power.
All power.
But my one's got does felt, but it's just a kind of edge.
Yeah.
Felt, and it's a harder felt. And listen, I've used it in the studio when I've been recording something a bit lighter, perhaps, but plastic. But the key thing is, I've got one of the Evans double EQ patches on, which just helps preserve the longevity of the kick drum skin, the EMAD 2.
Well, I haven't asked, what kick pedal do you have?
I have a Pearl kick pedal.
Nice.
Actually. I did when I was younger. I reckon I've had it about, I think I got it about 4 years ago.
Oh.
Yeah. I think I got it at the same time I got my Mapex kit. I was kind of having a full upgrade.
Yeah.
I am struggling to remember what I had before.
Yeah.
Growing up, I had a Yamaha double kick pedal, and I really liked that. And then it just got to the point where like the tightener for the beater just wouldn't tighten, and just all those little bits just kept sort of falling apart. And I'm pretty sure there was possibly a kick pedal in between, but or I might be going mad, and that I got the Pearl pedal ages ago. I really can't remember, but I feel like I remember buying it down Graham Russell. Shout out Graham Russell.
Graham Russell.
Yeah, but it's pretty standard. It's a double pedal. I'm a double pedal boy.
You are.
And I always set my double pedal up, even if I know I'm not going to use it.
Yeah.
I feel weird if I play with just the single.
Yeah. Especially if it's part of a double pedal, it would look odd, you know. Like,
well, it's just I don't know. I think it just it helps me position where my hi-hat goes.
Yeah,
because I base that off the left pedal of the double pedal. But yeah, it's nothing flashy. Oh, but our friend Sam, shout out Sam Sanders.
Yeah,
he was in the studio teaching a few weeks ago, and he has bought a new kick pedal, a double kick pedal.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Do you want to see it?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure." And this bad boy was pricey. I think it was in excess of 600 quid.
Fuck.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure it was a Yamaha, and it looked amazing. Yeah, and I played it, and it was absolutely glorious.
Really?
Like,
wow,
so smooth. But it's that weird thing of like, I'd have to get used to it if I was to have one. But then it had these lovely little bits of blue on the metal in certain places, and it was just like, this is class. This is a class pedal. He went big. Sam went big, and it's like fair play. And my one, I think, is a pretty sort of standard, probably around the 150 mark, just a standard sort of Pearl. I don't know if it's called like the Pearl Dominator or the Pearl Eliminator or something like that. Pretty standard. I think it was about 150 mark, standard sort of Pearl double kick, using the old plastic beaters, and it's been incredibly reliable. Everything still tightens, everything still loosens. It's double chain drive. It's great. I really like it. And you're a single pedal boy, aren't you?
I'm a single. Well, here's the thing. So I started off with a kick pedal, whatever came with the first kit. I can't, just the cheap whatever. Then my first proper kick pedal was, I think it was DW6000 double kick pedal. So I originally did have a double pedal, but I just never used it. I just never used it enough to make it worthwhile. So then when I bought the one I've got now, I kind of just went with, well, I like my DW9000, and I'm aware that there's a bigger number of 6,000. 6,000 was the one I had.
Bigger the number, better the pedal. Surely.
That's literally, surely. And it was. And I think it's another thing of, I've seen all my favorite drummers, that's what they use as well, So there's almost like reassurance in that. But I bought that single pedal ages ago, and it's just great. But and I don't think I'd ever go double, because I'm never really playing music that needs it, you know. And when I have played on kits, you know, like your kit or someone who has it, you know, it does feel like the hi-hat is too far away all of a sudden.
That's why I've got the hi-hat that leans.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But no, it's perfect. One more thing I want to say about kick pedals is not so much the hardware thing, but there's this ongoing discussion about how you should play the kick, if that makes sense. As in, should you press the pedal down and let the beater stay in the skin, or let the beater come off?
Okay, yeah.
Now
it's up there with debates like climate change.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
Those sorts of those issues. Yeah,
gun control in America.
Yeah. It's not quite made the front pages, but it's definitely up there. Okay, so what do you do?
I bury it in the skin.
Same.
But I see a lot of things online that say, oh, you gotta let, like Ringo lets it come off, you know.
What's he ever done?
but it's interesting, isn't it? Because there are a lot of people that say, oh, you get a better sound if it comes off, and I tried it, but it feels like such a new technique.
Well, I guess when I'm playing, I'm using, you know, the front of my foot, so my heel is raised. Yeah, so I'm not angling at the ankle. I'm sort of using like leg, you know, and pressing down. And I guess like then I'm just lifting up for when I need to hit it, so it rests on the kick skin.
Yeah,
when my leg's down, because I'm moving the whole leg essentially. Whereas I guess if you're angling at the ankle and you're the you know, the heel of your foot is always on the pedal, and like it's going to be probably easier to bring the beater back off the kick skin.
Definitely.
Whereas if you're like pushing out with the whole leg on the front of your foot to then bring it up, you kind of got to lift your whole leg up and hold it until so it just feels natural that I'm gonna slam that beater into the skin and leave it there. But I guess some stuff I do switch, and I do, if it's a lighter thing, I will rest my heel and play it, but usually it's just smash that shit in.
That's it, because that's how it does feel just natural.
Do you remember when you upgraded pedal that you went from like a wireframe to like a base plate? That was always a sign of like, I'm moving up through the gears here.
Definitely, because it just feels more solid.
I need to find a picture of that Sam's pedal. We can put it on the Instagram.
Definitely.
That Yamaha pedal, because I was like, I said to him, I was like, fuck's sake, now I want one. Now I don't have £600. I got no need. Like, I think with kick pedal, that's one thing I do look forward to. Like, I'm not going to buy a new one until mine breaks.
Yeah.
But I kind of look forward to it breaking so I can buy a new one.
Well, there's a good question. Sense. If you're on a kit share at a gig, do you let someone else use your kick pedal or not?
Well, it's the rule is breakables, mate.
It is breakables, because this is where
kick
I
pedal,
found
snare,
out
and cymbals.
When I was about 15 and I was playing gigs for the first time, and I forgot my kick pedal, and I said to the drummer in the headline band, it wasn't a headline band, they're on last, get over yourself. But I said, hey man, I haven't got a kick pedal, can I borrow yours? And he was like, sorry man, no. Like, he was like, if it breaks, I'm going to be the one to break it. I remember thinking like, oh, fuck you. Like, you know, like, it's just a kit, they don't break, you know. But it's interesting, isn't it? Because it feels like a solid thing that won't break, but also it is sort of like they're not shared, like you know, kick and toms are shared.
But I think it's more, actually, I think more with the kick pedal is that out of those three things, kick pedal, snare, and cymbals, if there's one thing they could use, it's going to be the kick pedal. I'm more happy. But I guess it's for me anyway, it's like I want my own kick pedal. If I'm using something, I want my own because I'm used to how it feels.
Oh, definitely.
You know what I mean? So it's more like, surely you want to bring your own kick pedal because it's quite an integral part of your playing method.
Yeah.
That
I think
I don't want to play on a kick pedal. I'm not used to. But that's kick pedals, isn't it? What kick pedal do you have? Send us an email. Send us a picture to drumandrummerpod@gmail.com.
Or the Instagram.
Yeah.
At Drum and Drummer Podcast.
Yes.
Let's see what kick you've had.
And back to talk about something else.
Cool.
Yeah.
In a bit.
Yeah. Me.
Right.
And we're back. It's the New Year special. Happy New Year 2022. Yes. 2022. Gonna rewind the clock all the way back to, I think it would be 1997 when I joined my first band.
Wow.
Yes.
That's
Jurassic
mad.
Park had only just come out a few years before. And I played guitar in a band called Entendre. And it's
good name.
The worst shitty name. So wanky. I played guitar in that band. First band on drums. I think I mentioned them before because we played My Almost Enemy in the school review first gig. We called that band Flaming Grand.
Good name.
Great name.
Another good name.
Great name. Flaming Grand. And that came from an Eddie Izzard stand-up.
Okay.
Where he does a bit in French. And there's a line in it where he says, something like, Ma Grand-mère est flambé.
Right.
Something about my grand is on fire. And he does a bit about like, the pâtisserie sur la table. Like the little mouse is under the table or something like that. And we took the Ma Grand-mère est flambé, Flaming Grand. That's what we're calling our 3-piece punk rock band. I was then in a band.
It's snappy. It's quick.
Yeah,
it's
Flaming
snappy.
Grand. Yeah.
Flaming Grand.
What was the name of your first band or early band?
Weirdly, I had the same
name.
I had the same sort of thing as you. I joined a band first on guitar called Sonic View.
Sonic View.
Yeah.
Had you been playing Sonic the Hedgehog?
Probably. I don't know if it was a spin-off of Sonic Youth, but maybe. But anyway, but my first proper band, who are technically still going to this day, but we only rehearse like once every 3 years for no gigs. The Underdogs. Yeah. That name came about from the Kasabian song Underdog, and just, the Underdogs. But it's probably been done a lot of times.
And you really are one of life's underdogs.
Well, yeah, this is it. It was true then, and it's true now. Yeah. But I will say quickly on names, it's very hard picking a
band name.
It's very hard. It takes forever.
Yeah.
I almost think you've got to just do it quick and just go, yep, fine.
Yeah, because there's bands out there and you think their name and if you take it out of context, you're like, what the fuck even is that? But because they're a big band, well, that's just what they're called. And I often say, like, get a name and it's kind of, as long as it's not ridiculous, go with it. And then eventually your association between your own band and that name like grows to the point where it just enters your own lexicon. Yeah. That you're like, well, that's just what it is now.
Yeah.
My current band, the Dent Act, me and Mike, I wanted it to be sort of Batman related. Yeah. And then we just set up like a shared Google sheet and we were just like, just literally throw anything down. Yeah. And that was one of the very early ones, and just literally anything I could find. But I wanted it to be a little bit like, maybe people instantly wouldn't know it was to do with Batman. I wasn't going to call it Batman and Robin, So I like things when they're a bit like, oh, it's within the world, but not something obvious. Yeah. And obviously the Dent Act was part of the Batman lore. And
I didn't even know that.
We went with that.
I didn't know.
Yeah, Harvey Dent. It was the law passed after Harvey Dent's passing that enabled criminals to be convicted sort of en masse rather than individually.
Wow.
Which helped clean the streets of Gotham. The Dent Act, yeah.
Dent Act.
I think I had a band at school called Twin Ceramic.
That's quite nice.
Yeah, but is it though?
Flows well. I think
but
so.
It was also,
I had one.
It's also fine, but it's also one of the worst band names in the world. Yeah. You know? It's tricky.
But I think it flows well. I think that name, you're not really thinking about the actual words in it.
Yeah.
Like I try to think of a really good band name for a band I started when I was in uni, and I came up with Aura Karma. So the word aura and then karma, just because I thought that sounded like it flowed like da 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 da, you know, like aura karma. Like it just, it rather than like a really jutty like name that's just like that. It just
like the Dent Act, which is awkward to say. It's horrible to say.
Yeah,
but I don't really care.
But whatever band, I was in a metal band called Accusator. They were good. Accusator.
Good friend of.
I can't remember how it was spelled.
Go on.
Yeah. No, I can't. I feel. For some reason, I feel like there was a Z in the name.
I was going to say it feels like, but I put a Z in it.
Yeah, I don't know if that's my imagination from being in a metal band. But yeah,
friend of the podcast, Neil. He was in a band at sixth form. I think it was sixth form school, and I just love the name, and I think it was 7 Days at Knife Point.
Right.
I just think that's such a cool name for a metal band.
Yeah.
Like I really like that name.
I like our friend's band's Dutch Criminal Records. I always think that's quite a cool name because that's Records, because you think about it, you think, well, what does that even mean? Like a criminal record
that was got in Holland.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Like how did that come about? Like another band I was in, Jump the Gun from the Beatles song. I can't remember what the song was called, but the lyric has the word Jump the Gun in it. Which actually, here's a good story. It actually got us into some trouble because this is quite a good story actually. We had the band name Jump the Gun, and then we were like, right, we need a logo. And someone in the band contacted someone they knew who made logos, and they were like, oh yeah, what's the band name? Jump the Gun. Okay, yeah, I'll get right on it. And what they did, I don't know who this fucker was. They just typed in Jump the Gun, clearly. And there's a clothes store in Brighton called Jump the Gun. And they just took their logo off their website and sent it to us. And we were like, oh yeah, looks great. And none of us realized. And then we started like promoting ourselves. And I think we're on, Facebook and stuff like that. And obviously we're in Brighton as well. And one day we get an email from the owner of the clothing store saying, why have you stolen my logo? What the fuck? That's great. And we're like, oh my God, I had no idea. So yeah.
That artist has absolutely done you there.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Literally.
Well, saying that, so one of my function bands, wedding bands, Victoriana, we did our photo shoot when we started, and it's sort of kind of a bit vintage bullshitty stuff. And we did it outside an antique shop in Southsea called Victoriana. And we did our photos under that shop, and they looked really good. And then we were like, what should we call ourselves? And I went, why not call ourselves Victoriana?
Oh, amazing.
And then
that makes sense.
We've got our name in the picture. And everyone's like, fine. And we've just been called Victoriana for 8 years just because we did a photo shoot outside the shop. Yeah. I
never knew that.
I was in a band.
God, you weren't stood outside Woolworths or something.
Who have you got playing at your wedding? Just a little known outfit called WH Smith.
Exactly.
Yeah.
What are you saying?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the stage, Primark. I'd say another band. I don't know how I feel about this band name, but we were called 3 Day Bender.
Yeah.
That was a band I joined, so I had nothing to do with the name. But we were a sort of punk ska outfit, circa 2000 to 2000. 7-ish.
Nice.
And we could never make our mind up whether it was with the number 3 or spelled out. I think we spelled it out eventually to make ourselves a bit maturer.
Yeah.
But 3 Day Bender, obviously, you know, you go on a 3 Day bender, 3 days of drinking. El Vino did flow. It's one of those names where I think it's fine, and then I'm also horrified by how embarrassing it is.
Yeah.
But,
it sounds fun though. I don't think it's embarrassing.
I think we tried to go a bit more serious with the music, and then it kind of didn't really match. I think maybe a name change was floated about, but I think we thought, we're just 2 balls deep in it now, so we'll keep it, and we'll spell the word 3 out. We'll spell it out rather than the number, and make our font look a little bit more emo-y or something. But
well, it's funny, the whole name thing, because here's a fun fact about the Arctic Monkeys. When they were getting bigger, they changed their name, or were going to change their name, to Big Bang. That was what because they thought, they started to think Arctic Monkeys is too ridiculous. We can't have that as a name. We're building up some traction now. We're doing well. And then let's go. But they didn't in the end, and just kept it Arctic Monkeys. But yeah, if you think about it, it does seem like, Green Day. That's the name about smoking weed all day, And it's like, but you don't think. You just think, oh, what a great pop punk band from the 90s. Their album is called Dookie. Like it's names.
It's a good name.
If the band and the material is good enough, you can call it whatever you want, It's well, not whatever you want. Motorhead were going to be called Bastard, and I think there's
that's surely a great name. Bastard.
That's it. Lemmy said the best names are 1-word names, like Queen, and he was just like, let's call it Bastard then. And like, no, you can't get on radio with a band called Bastard,
Yeah.
But yeah, that's names.
I think band names when you're young are tricky, but I think they can also be hilarious. What were your first band names? Write in and tell us any embarrassing, shitty. What were your first bands called? Email fucking hell. Fuck. Email drummandrummerpod@gmail.com. For those, let us know what shitty, embarrassing band names were. And follow us on Instagram. George.
Yeah.
Go for it.
What?
Instagram.
At Drum and Drummer Podcast. And if you want to listen to this, of what else are you going to do? Obviously, everything is on a link tree on our Instagram at Drum and Drummer Podcast.
Yeah, go on the link. It's got access to everything you could ever need.
By now, I think my Drum Coach Online website should be up there as well, which I keep banging on about.
Yeah, so, we'll get that up there.
We'll get that up there. Get everything on there.
Yeah, it's all there. It's all there, baby.
It's all concise. It's like one perfect little package,
like a Terry's chocolate orange.
Yep, exactly.
It's all there,
and
you just got to unravel and pick the segment that tastes the juiciest.
And the conversation is that sweet, weird bit in the middle that connects it all together.
It opens out to the display of conversation and fact. I think we should dig out some pictures of our early bands and put them on the Instagram.
Yep.
Stuff like that.
Sounds good. And what else did we talk about? Kick pedals. Also send over, if you want to send over bad kick pedals. I don't know.
Just what kick pedal are you using? Be interested to see what's out there, because you live in your own little kick pedal world, and there's other shit out there. What's your hot tips? What do you recommend? What's your what kick pedal do you like?
That's it. Try and persuade me against.
Yeah, get him off the DW 9000s.
Yeah, exactly.
Is there a DW 10,000?
I don't think there is. I think it stops at 9,000.
It stops at 9. They went, that's it now. There's no more.
No more. You've had your fun.
Yeah.
See you later.
You've worked your way up. Well done.
Yeah. Congratulations.
Yeah. Now, do something else with your life, because you're wasting your time.
Let's end it there. That's a perfect way to end it.
Good.
Right.
See ya.
See you later.
Happy
New
New
Year.
And try not to kill yourself in the depressing month that is January. And pay your tax on time.